is the zoning board of appeals. We're going to have an open session meeting tonight. 7 p.m. call to order. I do want to amend the agenda. Here you have before you something from the Willows from Mark O'Hagan. I'm going to have to recuse myself, but I'd like to add it to the end of the agenda, see if we can get rid of it tonight instead of having Mark come back in a month. So I'll recuse myself. I think Ron will too. We'll just to be, because we have 5, all we need is 3. So we'll let you folks decide. All right? Whether we need to ask Mark to come back or we can just vote that it's insubstantial. Oh, that's my fault. Excuse me, sorry. Turn it off.
Yep. That's the best part of it. Oh, and what stuff.
And we're actually I need a motion to amend the agenda with Will's done. Can I get one?
I motion to amend the agenda.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, good. We'll add it after Mr. Valentine. We are going to continue a public hearing. Go away, for 23 Mill Street. And I see the applicant out there. It's good. We apologize, we didn't have a quorum last time, but you're back, and we're happy to see you.
Appreciate it. Same here.
Let's see. We've got some drawings maybe up here.
Yeah.
Oh, you got it there. Good. I don't have
And
to.
does Michael need to recuse himself on this one?
I do, yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Michael's going to recuse himself. Maybe he'll take a seat in the audience to make the viewing audience happy. That'd be great. All right. Why don't you let us know, now this is the building that burned down, right?
Correct.
Okay.
That's the building that burned down a few months back, and that's the proposed. If you want to go back, if you don't mind, that's how the building was.
It's existing.
Yes.
Was existing.
Was
Was
existing.
before the
Yes.
fire, yes.
Yeah. A demolition order was issued. We complied by that. We did all the approvals, permits, and took the building down according to what we promised the building inspector.
Did it have a foundation under it?
Yes, it did.
You took the foundation out?
Yes, the
So
foundation.
it's just a brownfield now?
Right. I'm not sure if you call it brownfield,
Well,
but yes.
it had something built on it and it's,
Yes.
if
yeah,
nothing's been built, it's a greenfield.
Correct.
Okay.
I thought you said brownfield.
I did.
Okay. So yes, it is. That was taken out. The fire pretty much damaged the entire house, so there was not much to save from the house. The foundation wasn't up to code, so we could not save the foundation as well.
Okay.
The insurance company awarded Mr. Wilson the full policy, so that was the money to take the building down and the money to rebuild it back to the same size. The front steps, which don't show on the
Wait a minute.
footprint.
Excuse me. What do you mean the same size?
Square footage wise for the house.
I see, okay.
Yeah, so they want to be able to have like for like
Okay.
for what was there and what it is going to be.
Gotcha.
The front steps were basically right on the asphalt. The house was pushed so far forward that you could not come in and out of the main front door. And with the fire being the way it is and Mr. Wilson's, being in the 80s, we work with him and his draftsman to design a house that was a single level living instead of a 2-story home, and push the house back. So if you want to take a look at what we're proposing, is to push the house back a little bit to allow for an actual entrance and front porch to be able to be constructed, and give him a little bit more instead of a chopped up L shape
Right.
design.
You ready for the next page, next shot there, Carlos? There, okay. Yep.
So instead of having that L shape, we basically made it into almost a square 32 by 34 foot home, which will provide the numbers of bedrooms and bathroom on the first level, and a porch with basically minimum steps, 1 to maximum 2 steps into the property.
This is the same, this is square footage the same size as the other house?
If you would count the partially finished basement, yes. The first floor living is going to be about 980 square feet, plus partially finished basement and a parking on the back of the property, so on Shirley
It's a split
Street.
entry, it's a split level?
Because of the lot slopes front to back, on the back of the property, so the front will be like a ranch and on the back will be a walkout basement.
Is there a picture of
There's another.
that?
If you go to the rear elevation, it's
That's
gonna
right.
show
Yep,
you. Here we
that's
go.
right. Yep.
So that's the front of the property at the top, and that's the rear elevation on the back, where you'll see an indoor parking is now provided under the same footprint.
Now, because this was a fire by right, you could rebuild same building.
Correct.
And you wouldn't even have to come before us.
Correct.
But you're coming before us because you really want to do something entirely different.
A little bit different, yes.
Yep.
Was this a rental?
No, Mr. Wilson is the owner, and he used to live in, right here, on my left. He lived there, and he wants to live back there again, and he didn't want it to just to go to waste, so he wants to rebuild it back to be able to live there.
Let's see. I don't care about that.
Yeah, that's what I want to see.
Garage, family room, you want to see this?
And so was this the residence that was a pre-existing non-conforming?
Yes.
Correct.
That's right.
And it's actually gonna be more conforming?
Correct. Now the
Yes.
setbacks, all the setbacks and the frontage and everything will be,
Here.
and,
Yeah,
you
I
know,
think I don't think it's any, the new structure will not be any more non-conforming than the old. I don't believe. The lot is, it's kind of a unique lot. Not a lot you can do. I think it's kind of unfortunate that the house burned down, but it does seem to me, given these drawings and what we've been told, that this will be a lot nicer than it was. Not that it was not nice before, but this will be nice. And I kind of, I'm in favor.
more
Well,
complementing
less-
to the abutters.
Right.
It is less non-conforming.
It is a little bit less non-conforming, right? Yes, I
Correct.
believe so. I mean, you don't have the frontage is only 60, not much you can do with that. But,
so-
I think it looks nice and it'll improve the neighborhood and it's not detrimental to the neighbor. Do we have any abutters here? Anybody? Anybody complain? Anyone? No? I can't imagine.
Since that it's a zone business, the setbacks are really not a requirement, but we wanted to make it more friendly to the neighbor on both left and right, so we kind of centered it.
Looks better.
And then took the steps off of the asphalt, just imagine getting out of your front door and you're on the street.
In the street, right.
So now it's 15 feet, and that gives us the ability to be able to put the driveway and the parking under the house, which take care of, the accessibility off of Shirley Street.
Right. And then you have some yard.
Correct.
You can't make a
So
motion.
if someone wants to make a motion, I don't hear any dissent. Are we ready to vote? What do you think?
I'll make a motion, we accept it.
Do we have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
No nays, you got it.
Thank you very much. Appreciate your time. Let's build it.
What's the word on that? To, again, say just accept it, it would be to.
Grant the variance.
Great.
The variance, yes.
Voted to grant the variance. All right,
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
Have a great night.
that was an easy one, good.
So we grant, just for a matter of procedure. All right, so we grant the variance.
Yes.
You don't have to have him Is there some kind of statement about that?
We don't have to what?
You know,
No, he needs new variance, so it is granting a variance.
Okay,
That's what, yeah.
that's right.
What was the, no, it said finding or variance.
Yes, that's how we
Yeah, that's how.
we published it, just to be safe.
Yeah.
But yeah, he definitely needed it.
Because there was no finding, there's no house.
Right, and findings are, we don't need to have a public hearing for a finding, so if we know ahead of time.
Well, we need to state in the acceptance of the variance why we're accepting.
Yes, well, we'll have to write it up and
Yeah.
and Carly
But it
and I
was
will.
previously
Yeah.
non-conforming and it's going to be less
Yeah.
non.
Yes.
Yeah, all that.
Yes, yes. Carly and I, right there. Carly's getting good at these decisions.
Good girl.
All right, we're going to move on to the next. I see a gentleman who's setting up a easel. We have your application up here as well. That might be the best way to go.
All right, we can do that. I have the easel for.
Yeah, you might, if you, easel might be helpful too.
Oh, Montello again.
I'm going to, let's see, so we're going to open the public hearing, application for variance for Global Montello LLC at 15 Littleton Road. I'm going to read the public notice, which was printed in the Public Spirit on March 27th and also April 3rd. The Town of Ayer Zoning Board of Appeals public hearing notice. The Ayer ZBA will conduct a public hearing at 7:15 p.m. on Wednesday, April 15th, 2015, at the Ayer Town Hall located at 1 Main Street, Ayer, Mass. 01432, regarding, nope, I'm reading the wrong one. Where's the next one? That was Capstone. Well, why don't I read it right here? Here we go. Public hearing notice. The Ayer ZBA will conduct a public hearing at 7:15 p.m. Wednesday, May 20th, 2015, at the Ayer Town Hall located at 1 Main Street, Ayer, Mass. 01432, regarding the application by Global Montello Corp., 15 Littleton Road, Ayer, Mass. 01432. Applicant seeks a variance from section 5.11 of the Ayer zoning bylaw to allow 14-foot spacing between the diesel fuel dispenser islands where 30-foot is required. All right. Oh, we have color. And your name is?
For the record, Hussein Sevinchgil with MHF Design with the Civil Engineers.
Yeah, I had a phone call from you today.
As you indicated, we're proposing a retail motor fuel outlet, gas station, convenience store on the property. We were in front of the board last year, late last year, with a plan, and we received a special permit for the drive-through. We went back to the drawing board. Initially, last year's plan had the diesel further back behind the convenience store, pretty close to the abutters. What we've done is we've pulled the development further away from the rear property line.
Excuse me, the last one I saw, you had eliminated the diesel completely.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
This is, the diesel is a recent addition.
Okay, so it was in there, it was taken out, and now it's back in.
Yes, they are adding the diesel back in.
So this was the plan that was presented last year. So we were,
Yeah.
within
Yeah.
25 feet of the rear.
Uh-huh.
I think the attorney came back with the diesel removed, but we did not have this land.
Right, that's right.
So
correct.
Then Global went back and had some more discussions with the landowner and obtained additional land. So the initial, last year's proposal had the lease area pretty much in the middle here, so half the lot.
Yes,
So we tried to make it work without that, and then, in
yes,
the meantime, they were able to acquire this additional land.
right.
And at that last year's meeting, the diesel back here, like I said, was, within, it was approximately, the curb was gonna be in this area.
Right.
So we pulled it back about 20 feet, give or take. We pulled it into this area. We would be creating, a buffer space, a berm back here. Some vegetation would remain in this area. So the diesel would be here, the driveway would, be centralized, come in. Any, diesel trucks would be able to go into this area. Any retail fuel vehicles would be able to come into this area, and then there's a second driveway in this area. So the 14-foot that we're looking for, last year we were looking for additional dimensional variances for the retail
Right.
canopy. We've scaled that back, and we're
Right.
providing the 30 feet between
Yes.
the dispensers.
Yep.
But for a diesel facility, it's a truck, it's not a passenger car. A truck has a tank on one side and another tank on the other side. So in order to, have them fuel efficiently, you need the 14 feet. If if you had the 30 feet, you'd have hoses, hanging out all over the place.
Are you suggesting that they're gonna fuel each tank from a different pump?
No, so what they would do is,
Depends on which side it is.
No,
I just brought like a photo of a typical diesel. So they would come in, the truck has a tank on this side and a tank on this side. There's a master and a satellite. So they fuel from this side, and then when that's full, they would come to this and fuel from that side. So it's really one fueling position for the truck. This is another site that we did for Global in London, Leominster.
And is this at 14?
These are 14.
Okay.
And that's what we would be looking for, the 14. The 30 feet, we understand, that's good for diesel, retail fuel. If, two people are, two vehicles are fueling, someone could get through the middle. In this case, it would just be one vehicle fueling at a time. So that's the dimensional variance that we would be looking for.
I'm sorry.
How would you, what about queuing vehicles?
So if there are two vehicles fueling in this location, we pull this to the side so a truck can come in, and there would be two additional fueling spaces here without impeding with the rest of the commercial traffic.
And when somebody comes along and wants to fuel and that's already full, what do they do? I don't know how that works. Do they
There's
just
a bypass here
Okay.
if they need
Gotcha.
to,
Yep.
or they can, like I said, queue here.
Right. Okay.
There is room here for someone to bypass if they need to.
Great.
But
You said, when you showed the photograph, you said one was a master, one was a slave. That's how that one's set up.
that's how the satellite. I'm sorry, master and a satellite. The
Same difference.
That's how they're set up.
So that's how that one's set up.
That's
You
how they're
can't
all-
do that on the one you're wanting to build.
That's how they're all set up.
You have 3 pumps.
I'm assuming
There's
the
one and
would be
one.
the master, right?
Oh, this is showing just one fueling, so there would be one adjacent next to it.
It's 2 bays.
Two
2 bays for filling.
Two fueling.
So which one would be the master?
So
The middle one?
there's two. So for this vehicle, the master.
I
would be on
understand
this
there's
side,
two
the
pumps.
satellite would be on the other side, and then for this fueling lane, they would be on the other side of the dispenser, a master, and then a satellite on this side.
So there's 4 pumping stations, not 3.
There's two.
2
There's
bays.
two fueling. There's 2 lanes,
How many hoses?
3 pumps,
4
1, 2,
hoses.
3, 4
Yeah.
hoses,
4 fueling.
For fueling.
2 fueling. Because you can only with the 2 hoses, you're fueling one truck.
vehicle, one truck.
So can you only fuel one hose at a time?
So trucks typically have 2 tanks.
I understand that. What I'm
So-
saying is, can you run both hoses at the same time?
You could.
So then you have 4 fueling stations.
Right.
Okay. If that's how you want to look at it, but it's
Show me how I'm not.
2 fueling positions, 2 vehicles.
2 vehicles, I understand that.
Yep. But
Okay.
yeah, like you said, 4 hoses.
But they can, all 4 can run.
But someone can't pull up over here and take the hose and twist it around and fuel.
I understand
So it's for 2 vehicles.
Gotcha.
But there's 4 tanks.
No,
4 hoses.
4 hoses. Only one
on the
tank.
trucks.
Oh,
2
on the-
trucks were being
Right.
Yes,
fueled, there would
this-
be 4 tanks.
Yes, yes.
All 4 tanks could be fueled at the same time, so, right. 4
Typically,
sets
they
of
would do it
hoses.
separately, though. They would do the one side and then go to the other side, because you have to walk around.
Now, you came to us first, again, last year, with a number of variances, and we sent you away, and you folks came back, accommodating really everything that we asked for. First time around, you just needed to come back for the special permit, just to make sure that was still clean and that was all set. One thing we asked you to do, and I remember keenly last time you were here, is get some more land. Get some more land, make it fit, and that's exactly what you've done. So that's, I appreciate that, and I understand your, the logic of making it a 14-foot bay to accommodate the 2 tanks makes perfect sense. And I think it's undeniable that we have a fairly somewhat unique bylaw when it comes to
Correct.
planning a gas station. And honestly, the bylaw is probably written to discourage gas stations, but
The fire department doesn't seem to have any issues with it.
no, actually, we put this out to all the departments, and I don't think anyone had any issues.
Nope.
The only Board of Health wants to talk to you about whatever food you'll sell in the convenience store. Otherwise, you got the green light from everybody, including the fire department.
DPW had some
Curbing
curbing
issues.
issues for plan.
Okay, for site plan, yep.
Yeah.
Now, and again, gas station is a use by right. I like the fact that you're not so close to the property line anymore and to the abutters. I guess I would ask, can you describe to us what's going to happen along, now, where the abutters are, where are the abutters? Where are the residences?
The residences are
All around.
around here, yeah.
Now, and you described some vegetation.
There's an existing fence that goes around the property. In the back here, I went out there before coming to the meeting. There's some vegetation growing on the fence. There's some trees on, the abutters property. There's some trees back here that we would look to, maintain.
Okay.
Again, we would berm this area up about 3 or 4 feet, if we can, and we would, replace the fence if we need to, and we could provide, some additional landscaping.
Okay, all right.
Who owns the fence?
Jarvis, probably.
That would be my guess.
Yes, Jarvis put up the fence, if that's what you call that fence.
Yes, it's in very poor condition.
All right,
Vegetation is in very poor condition.
so let's make a comment about that. If we need to replace the fence with something that's new, I think that's not an unreasonable thing to ask for.
I would be more questioning on what are we trying to accomplish? You trying to separate the land? You trying to suppress noise? What's the,
I'm trying to give the neighbors a screen, personally.
what's it for? That's-
We'll go to public input after we're all set, all right?
My question is, we have bylaws, obviously, that we follow unless somebody can prove hardship in a variety of ways. So can you speak to the hardship that this would pose by not being able to, if the variance wasn't granted?
The project, the reason they acquired the additional land was to, accommodate the diesel fueling area. The 30-foot requirement kind of creates a hardship for this type of use. The 30-foot is geared towards, passenger vehicles. And, it's not unreasonable for the 30 feet for the passenger cars with a bypass in the middle. That we do that, on a lot of sites. But if we don't get the dimensional variance, then the diesel would not be able to move forward, and I don't think they would consider moving forward without the diesel.
Is that the case?
So if you don't get the dimensional variance, you're saying you can't fit that diesel fueling station.
They can't
You-
put 4 pumps in there, you can only put 2.
It's not reasonable to have 30 feet separating the
one.
diesel fuel stations.
How wide is
One
a
car,
tractor
one truck.
trailer?
108 inches.
Wide?
Hmm.
108?
That's without the mirrors.
Okay, so,
Solid 10
okay.
It'll fit through a 14-foot opening.
Yeah, that's not.
Yeah, that's the industry standard. The 14-foot opening is
So
industry.
it's that critical to have only 2 feet of hose coming from the dispensers versus
12
12?
feet on each side. You'd have hoses, which is,
Our tractor
an
trailer's the
unsafe.
only thing fueling over there.
So is it consideration one diesel?
2 fueling
Is this a
positions.
24-hour facility?
Wait, so my question is if you don't get the variance for 2 stations, is there consideration of having 1 diesel?
If you do one,
Yeah.
you would still need the 14-foot distance between the 2 dispensers. So kind of like this image. This would be the one.
Would
In
you
order
have
to
enough
accommodate a
space?
truck to fuel on both sides. Like you can't just put one dispenser up. The
Isn't
truck
the
would not be
30
able to
feet
fuel
the
the other
distance
tank.
between the master and the
Satellite.
satellite? Isn't that what the 30 feet is?
That's what your
Under-
requirement is between the
Right.
dispensers.
So my question is, if a variance wasn't granted for this reduction in distance, is the developer interested in doing just one, one fuel up station
We would,
where you would conform to the bylaw and have 30 feet and one diesel?
it
fuel?
wouldn't be feasible to do that. So you would basically be eliminating this center space here. Your trucker would, theoretically, the trucker would have to sit here, pull a hose 12 to 14 feet,
And
across to fuel.
for me, I think if we talked about the queue, if that's something we're actually concerned about,
Yeah,
I mean,
then it would
eliminating,
be way back, yeah.
right,
Right.
but that's just
yeah,
about the
yeah.
queue,
Right.
Well, what is in the queue? You can only put two trucks in here.
But that would be cutting it by 50%.
Right, so then you can only have one truck.
Right.
Right,
So
so,
you essentially have no queue here.
Yeah.
or you have
Or-
a trucker driving laps around them. I mean, if you need fuel, you need fuel.
I noticed you have a diesel fuel tank for the dispensers out front. What's that?
That's just standard for vehicles. Volkswagens have diesel.
Oh, I see.
So that's to accommodate your passenger car.
Gotcha.
Light trucks.
Now, so it's not going to be 24 hours? Do you have an idea what the hours will be?
Probably maybe 5 to midnight.
I mean, for the diesel?
For the
For the whole facility.
There's no
That
way,
would be weird.
there's no way to regulate that. That's just the present business plan.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, what property are you actually controlling there? Or are we actually controlled by this project? Because I look at this thing and it says, this plan, something about not in the,
So this area, not part of global development. So Jarvis Ford wanted to maintain this sliver. I believe they use this area for their vehicles overflow. So they wanted to maintain this. There's a gravel area here, so they wanted to maintain that for their own personal. So that was the negotiating that was done. Someone set a line here and said, we want anything to the
Okay.
right of it.
you made a calculation on open space. That's based on, so the 110,000, almost
So the 110,000 is a whole lot.
is the area that's covered. So is the
110,000.
area not including,
So the 110,000 is the area of the parcel, so lot 26, map
but your,
35,
so your
lot 26.
project, how can you use that as your, I don't see this.
So
Okay, so you're
your
calculating
lease
the
area is
square-
96,665.
Okay, right.
So if you take that out of this proposed, so what's the difference, 110 to 96, looking at 24,300. Take the 24,300 out of the 48,800, you end up with 24,500 square feet of open space, which exceeds the 22,180 required for the 20%. So we meet it with just our lease area. It's just, we can tweak that.
Do you know that open space doesn't count driveways and things like that?
I'm aware of it, yeah.
All right. So you did do that 20%.
Do we have any more questions? Yeah, I think we should open it up to some comments from the public. If you have any comments, raise your hand and please let me know what your name is and where you live. Ladies first, in the front.
Okay, I'm Barbara Wilson. I live at 26 Littleton Road, directly across the street from the proposed station. And I don't see how this is a hardship. First of all, I'm opposed to it, generally, just because of my location, all the traffic, all the entrances onto 2A going in both directions. Yes?
You're opposed to the entire project or just the
I'm
truck
opposed to
part?
the entire project,
I
but I
see.
don't see how this is a hardship that should be overlooked. I just want you to know that I personally am very much opposed to it. Because of all the traffic we have, I'm sure there will be emissions from the vehicles that will not be good for any of us in the surrounding neighborhoods. I don't know how that's been passed over or allowed or gone through, or has that been considered, and how has that been judged?
I don't believe
That would be conservation committee, right?
conservation, well, Board of Health. And I don't, can you speak to that? Can you, I mean, there's
Has that
nothing,
been addressed?
I mean, it's,
Which aspect of it? The traffic, we are conducting a traffic study for submittal to the planning board.
Mhm.
We would need site plan approval from the planning board.
her concern is emissions from idling vehicles. Do you have any? I mean, it's a gas station. It's not going to be unusual. You do turn off the engines when you fuel. So I mean, that's, it's not, that actually is not an issue that we take
It's
up.
not.
It's not a parking lot, you know, it's not a rest area for the vehicles,
What about the
They fuel
people coming to
around
the little
for the retail.
shop?
The
The
retail,
shop.
for the
No,
what?
For the shop.
Oh, the
or
shop.
whatever.
Yeah, they would,
The retail.
again, you would, state law, you shut your vehicle off as you're fueling.
And who's gonna be overseeing it? And who's gonna report when they happen?
Typically, I shut
Just
mine
like the
off.
handicap parking is?
Right, I think, you know, the bigger concern about emissions are all the cars that are passing by all day long on the road, I think, from my perspective. But yeah, emissions are not a concern really. Well, I mean, they can be a concern of this board, but I mean, it's up to the members, I suppose.
You're
But that's
across,
not-
you're across the street from this?
Yes.
Isn't there a gas station next to
There's
you?
one right up the street, not next to me,
Oh,
just
okay.
up the street, within, 1,000 feet maybe.
But, and you're right by,
And there's one down at the Rotary that has diesel. How
Right.
many diesel?
well, I
Who's doing it
actually,
there?
that's a good question, and I actually believe, personally, I believe, you know, a little bit more competition in the diesel market would be good for the region. That's my personal belief. I think, that's what I think.
I feel like we're pushing out our local
Truckers
gas
are,
vendors.
What's that?
truckers are already on the road.
Yes, I know.
It's not like we're attracting new diesel truck traffic. They're
I
on the
know,
road.
they're constantly coming up and down by us now and have been for probably 30 years.
Well, now,
And
to
it
focus,
is a problem.
to focus in on the, you know, again, this zoning board of appeals, we're looking at
Yes, I know. I
we're looking at
know.
a variance, and you asked the
But
right
I'm
question,
saying-
how
I'm
is this,
saying,
how is this a hardship?
Exactly, and I
um,
haven't heard anything.
Well, I have heard the applicants say the hardship is that they could not provide this product. They could not provide a diesel product under our guidelines.
Mhm.
And they've explained the difference between the 14-foot and the 30-foot,
Yes.
and that makes sense to me. So they have presented their case as to what the hardship is.
I don't consider that as enough.
Right, and so recorded
Really,
that,
for
right,
us to vote again, to vote.
okay.
That's my opinion.
Okay, thank you. Next, gentleman?
Roger Scruton, I live 23 Markham Circle, which is straight behind the property.
Okay.
It's gonna be tough to enjoy my backyard with all this. And I think I have one of the biggest properties that abuts that for footage. I've got a pool, I've got young kids. And I'm wondering how these diesel trucks are gonna get around that building. And what's the legal setback off the property lines?
I think you can answer both those questions. Now, actually show us, I mean, the turning radius, I'm sure you've done a analysis
We
of.
do have a turning radius, so the diesel trucks would exit the property around the back of the building.
Correct.
The setback, there's a 30-foot rear building setback, and we've kind of used that as our limit of development, so we're not, the previous plan had our pavement and, you know, even the diesel trucks closer to your property. So we've pulled that back by about 25 feet, and as stated, we would be burning this area up, you know, planting some evergreens or you know, whatever.
Originally, when that lot was cleared 10 years ago, they were supposed to put up a berm with 6-foot arborvitae's on it.
Who's they?
For a buffer. Jarvis Ford, when they first cleared it.
That was, I believe, for their proposal at that time, which I don't think they went forward with.
Right, they didn't.
No, but they were also granted, I don't know how,
They did.
through the zoning board.
Yes, they did get
To
a,
not be allowed to park X number of vehicles
right,
facing us. And
right.
they have exceeded it constantly.
Well, you're talking about their
continually.
existing, well,
Yes.
you can take that up with the building department if you have a complaint.
But I don't know why it hasn't been enforced. I shouldn't have to come and report. It should be up
You know,
to
there are
someone
violations all over the place.
overseeing.
We don't have a whole lot of people. I mean, you want to hire more people, we can hire more
Well,
people,
that's
but
it.
they're
Who's gonna
expensive.
oversee this?
Well, this will go through a permitting process. Actually, the next step for this is to go in front of the planning board for site plan review. It sounds like they have that well underway. And then it'll have to go through a permitting process with the building department. Now, you don't have, correct me if I'm wrong, you don't have any conservation issues. We did have a comment from the conservation.
Correct. There are no wetlands within 100 feet of it.
Can I ask a question?
No, I thought they had to
Is
look.
running water on that property.
Yes.
I thought it was under, they still needed to look at that.
Let me see. Yes, the conservation department, let's see. Yeah, exactly. We did get a letter from the Department of Public Works, which we will pass on to you. The site is, let's see. The DPW has no concerns regarding the zoning variance. The site is not within Ayer's aquifer protection zone and does not appear to be in the wellhead protection zone for Epic Enterprises. Are we aware of Epic Enterprises, the wellhead? You should be, because it's come up, a number of people have mentioned it. So that's the, Epic has their own well on the property, and it does not appear that you're within the protection zone for that wellhead. You will need to confirm that. However, the project proponent should verify the location of the well in the protection zone. So that is an issue, and you're going to want to, if you haven't already, look into that.
Okay.
That could stop you in your tracks.
I have two questions for you, if you don't
Yes.
mind. You said there was running water on that property?
Yes,
Where?
Stream.
it's underground. The water table is very low right there.
Comes under my house.
You can dig down 4 feet and get water on that property.
That's groundwater that you're referring to.
It's,
It's a
Did
little.
you
Groundwater.
guys, did you do test pits? Did you
We have
drill
done-
anything?
believe
I mean, you're
they've
gonna
done
sink
test
tanks, and they're gonna be dual wall anyways, but they tend to float.
There's groundwater everywhere, if that's what's being referred to. There's no underground rivers in that area, or streams that I'm aware of.
I believe there are, because.
It's all
you can
right.
walk over to that property in August, on a dry August day, and your feet will get wet.
Muddy. And that water runs under my house, so I could virtually end up with diesel fuel under my house if it was ever, or gasoline.
There would, well, in regards to the underground
They can't,
tanks,
that's,
And then I sump pump out, so that goes down the street, so.
the advances in technology for storage tanks doesn't even facilitate leakage. It just doesn't happen. They're all double wall fiberglass vessels. Could it happen? Maybe if an airplane dove into it, but somewhat facetious, but that's where I was headed. The second question.
deal with that every day.
Pardon me?
I deal with that every day.
Yeah.
I
What?
have 30 fuel oil tanks that I maintain.
Oh. Well, I'm talking about new construction. That's what they're
I'm
gonna
talking
buy.
about new construction, lawn ball, everything else.
I understand you're a butter, your backyard, your home, your kids, your family, your, just out of curiosity, what's the biggest objection other than truck traffic?
Lights. I have lights coming from Jarvis coming in my bedroom window. He's got, his bedroom's on the back of the house he's one of the abutters. And even with the 6-foot berm and 6-foot arborvitaes, you're still gonna have like a floodlight coming into the house. I live on 21 Markham Circle. My name's Darlene Scruton.
But I understood, again, I go back to the last meeting we had with this, and they had redirected the lighting of some sorts. They
maybe we
had,
can
I
discuss
thought,
that.
I was under the impression that had been addressed.
Jarvis's?
No, theirs.
Oh, yeah, well, no, I have Jarvis lights right now.
I can't help you with that one.
No, I'm concerned that with more lighting, that I'm just gonna be,
'Cause that was a topic of conversation at one point. What, the lighting, there was a multitude of sins that were addressed.
Could we let the applicant answer that question?
I'm sorry.
About what type of lighting and
I remember that being addressed.
I
do,
think
yeah.
we're talking about what type of fixtures, what type of, like, downlight?
They would be downward, they wouldn't be floodlights onto anyone's property, or even onto our property. So they would be downward lights, and we do have to maintain some sort of spillover on our property, so we're not allowed to spill over any lighting onto abutters, especially, in the residential district. So we typically have a lighting plan prepared and presented to the planning board.
Right, the planning board will be next, right?
And at that point, the town staff would review that as well.
Right.
And our
Yes.
intent is to limit any light in that back area. So all the lighting would be concentrated, on the site. We'd have to limit any light, in the road and along this property line as well.
Gotcha.
What is the lighting plan along Route 2A? What is the lighting plan right now?
There's nothing along Route 2A. I'm not sure what they have for lights out there. There must be some lights on
I'm
some of the
sure,
existing
and
poles.
because we're right across the street in our bedrooms.
But that's like any major roadway. You do have street lights in certain areas.
Well, we have
I live on a
streetlights.
main street,
Yeah,
and
we
there's a
have
light pole right
streetlights,
outside
but
my
these aren't
window.
streetlights you're
Right,
talking about.
and then-
But that's what I have to deal with because I bought a house on a main
Right,
street.
I was there.
Now, and we're getting a little, again, the lighting will be taken up for the planning board when we do site plan review. It's not, when we're focusing on this,
I still don't
dimensional
see the
change.
hardship. So they only can have.
I know, and I've got to
one-
let somebody else talk. Do it, the gentleman back here. What's your name, please?
Thank you, Patrick King, 21 Willard Street near Madison.
That was Patrick King?
Ayer, what is it? King,
Matthew King.
Matthew King.
Got it.
I have many peripheral issues, but I'll only deal with the diesel pumps, because
Okay.
that's what we're here for.
Yep.
Ayer Town has a bylaw that states 30 feet. We as a town made that bylaw. To change the bylaw to allow them to build, and that's their only hardship, that they won't build if we don't pass through the bylaw, it's not our problem. The town has a bylaw for a reason and rules for a reason. If that is to stop a diesel truck stop from coming into our backyard in a residential area, I think that that's what the bylaw is designed to do, is to stop things like this. This gentleman is absolutely right. When the trucks pull in, the headlights are gonna point at his house, they're gonna come around, they're gonna sweep everybody else's. And again, I won't talk about the peripheral issues of the noise, of the fumes of the gas trucks, of the diesel trucks. Won't talk about cars, but these are all peripherals. They need this to be able to build the diesel pumps. The town of Ayer has a bylaw that says 30 feet. I do not believe that the simple fact that they can't build it because we have that bylaw is a hardship.
Let me ask you a question.
Sure.
That being said, if we said no to the variance and they put the 30-foot driveway in there with the diesel pumps,
I would have to argue with the planning board at that point, I guess. I mean, not to be trite, but.
well, no,
that is
I'm
the
trying to
rule.
follow I'm trying to follow the logic.
That is the rule I would have to do, but they've already said that they won't build it without this. I mean, if it all fits, and the next group that we have to go make our argument to is the planning board over whether it be lights, whether it be sound, whether it be fumes, whether it be whatever, that's the next step. But you're making it easier by saying there's a hardship here and saying it should go from 30 feet to 14 feet. And I believe our bylaws are there. And I agree with you, I've read every document that the town signed, but I would like to know if they'd signed those same documents if it was in their backyard.
Any other comments? Yes.
I'm Dan Berry with
Hi, Dan.
Global.
Yep.
My Group. And I just would like to say that we wouldn't build this without the diesel. The 14 feet between the islands, to us, is more of a safety and an environmental concern. We'd probably build it if we were made to, 30 feet wide.
Well, as I said, next step would be an argument with the planning board.
There was another comment over here, yes.
Still talking, going back to 30.
Did we get your name?
Dwayne Scruton.
Dwayne.
Sir. Talking about the 30-foot, okay? He's talking about his hardship to go to the 14 feet to have this tanks both sides. They have designs so that they can have a hose runnel behind the truck and fill both tanks. It's done all the time.
That's typical in most of the facilities that I've seen where they had
So it's not.
the truck pulls up to the pump and the hose will go to either side of the fuel tank. I understand that. That's why I was questioning it earlier.
So his hardship is wrong.
It's old-time technology.
Well, yeah,
They're throwing the nozzle over the truck, they're throwing it on the ground under the truck.
It's not safe.
It goes around the back of the
It's not
truck.
how we do things.
I'm saying I've seen that. That's the way they used to do it.
That's all.
And
I've
with-
seen it too.
So you can't use it as a hardship.
They just put one in Littleton, Situate. There's one pump. Right down the street. All the trucks go in there and use it.
Is that a new pump though? in Littleton?
Yes.
It is?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know what Littleton zoning is entirely different from Ayer zoning.
We're talking about design, not talking about their bylaws.
Well,
It's the same system, works.
well, from my point of view, any other comments from the, Mary?
This is Jeremy Mariston at 18 Myrick Street. And I'd just like to comment too on a couple of things. Number one, we're inundated with traffic. We can barely get out of Devon's Crest as it is. One night I had to go down Snake Hill Road and up that way because you literally could not come downtown, and I was coming to a meeting here. So that's number one. I think everybody that lives in the neighborhood, we should have some consideration. You're going to have lights. We already have lights. I can see practically to Groton because Jarvis clear cut the whole property.
I'm going to stop you, Mary, all right?
years ago.
Because, Mary, now we've talked about this. We're talking about one specific thing here. Now, you want to talk about lighting, we'll take it up with the planning board.
We talking about odor, can we talk about that too? Because we have,
You have a highway, going right through the neighborhood. That's where the odor's coming from. I just.
you're talking about diesel that is right there, that is going to be right behind somebody's house with smells and odor, and this man will never enjoy his backyard. And before I finish, let me say, Mr. Chairman, and I don't want to be rude, but I think it was very inappropriate for you to state that you personally think we should have diesel competition in town, and that's all I have to say.
Thank you, Mary. Do we have any other comments? Do we have anyone who's going to speak for the station? My position is out, as I stated earlier. You came to us last year. It was a very tight, difficult site. I think the new plan is much better. I acknowledge your hardship as not being able to install the diesel, and that's my position. Anybody else want to comment before we take a vote?
don't agree.
Well, yes, I mean, you're not gonna get this.
Okay. I don't agree either.
But I think we should call a vote.
I don't know that a hardship was proven. And to me, that's our job,
It's,
is to truly just make decisions based on, that's our purview, is proof of hardship. And if it, and I think that Michael spoke eloquently, saying that if the hardship is just that you can't go forward with your project, that's a much different, that's very hard to prove,
well,
I think.
what I am
Whereas if you
understanding
have
them,
something existing-
I understand them saying that
Yeah.
this is the only way they're gonna be able to do this, and I don't buy that.
I agree with you.
Okay.
I don't buy that. I don't believe
There
that
is,
that is.
there is alternative
Right.
facilities.
And I don't
I
say that
mean-
disrespect, I mean, I think there are other.
I understand what you're saying, you got one on this side, one on that side. No. I don't see it.
Industry standard, I don't know if that counts for anything, but
No.
No.
the industry for these types
Go ahead.
of developments
I'm kidding.
is what we're proposing, the 14 feet.
Mhm.
The 30 feet or the single pump with the hose pulling around is more of a concern than 2 pumps at 14 feet. The hose pulling around the back of it, if it slips out of his hand, you got diesel fuel leaking from the hose onto the ground.
What safety's are for.
For what?
Safety's are for.
What the oil field trucks do, they have
Well,
to
let me-
pull their hoses.
Let's, let me make something.
That's home heating oil,
Yeah.
and this is a different type of.
Home
I know,
heating
but
oil
it's
has less
still-
safeties
it's
on.
still-
Were our
fuel.
bylaws
Right.
voted on at town meeting?
Yes, this is yes.
So this was a town decision.
Yes, we do not have an industry standard in our
Right.
bylaw.
So our
It's
bylaws are
entirely different.
voted on by,
But
at town meeting.
I think the bylaws were geared like towards
Well, I think
retail.
the gentleman in the back was correct. The bylaws were geared
Yeah.
towards discouraging this type of
Discouraging.
development, for better or for worse. And it may be outdated. I'm not, we can't speak to that. All we can speak to is what the bylaw is today. I will say one thing, if I can. If they don't get this variance, again, and this is what they did before, they can come back with a 30-foot, and it does not come before us. And there is no opportunity at that point to turn them away, because they'll be installing by the letter of the bylaw. And they're allowed to do that because it's a legal use. I just want to put that out there. I mean, you could possibly come back with 30-foot, make it work, and they won't be in front of us again. It's a possibility.
Sam has something to say.
Sam?
Did you have something you want to comment?
No, I just wanted to point something out to you. The diesel fuel and home heating oil is exactly the same.
It is,
thing.
just
Different color.
right. Different. But you don't pull up to fill your vehicle with, the diesel delivery truck.
But yet, you're gonna be running diesel across here. I have less faith in people putting gas in cars than I do truck drivers. How many of you see drive away with hoses sticking into the pumps? I don't see many truck drivers do that.
We do need to vote on this.
All right.
So we need a motion?
But I'd just like to say before we vote,
Yep.
I know we talked about this in December. At the time, like Jeremy voiced earlier, one of our, well, at least one of my concerns was that at the time, you guys, it didn't seem like you had enough land to do what you wanted to do. Again, I would stress it, at this point, they'd come back to us with more land, revise their plan. And
This still
I,
doesn't meet our bylaw.
and I do understand that. But that's just my 2 cents, and I just want to bring it up one more time.
So I do need a motion for a vote to grant the variance and a second, and then we'll vote. Someone make a motion?
I would motion to grant the variance.
Okay. Second? We do have to vote. We don't have an option not to vote. Okay?
Second.
If we don't vote on this, they leave, the time period expires and they get it by default. So we do have to vote.
I second it.
Okay, we got a second? All in favor say aye. Aye. 2 ayes. to get us both. Not in favor? Nay? Nay?
Nay.
Nay.
We have 3. So it does not pass. Thanks, everybody. It does not pass.
No, we voted aye, and voted nay.
The 2 of us voted aye, and 3 voted nay. We need 4 votes to grant a variance. And we did not get that.
Thank you.
Thanks, John.
Thank you.
Thanks, everybody, for coming.
Thank you, thank you.
I'm going to motion, can I get a motion to close the hearing, please, from somebody?
Make a motion to close the hearing.
Second.
Okay, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
There are no nays. Public hearing closed. Okay. Do we have a Chris Valentine? That's you. Come on down. You can sit at the table and speak into the microphone. That'd be great.
The project is going to be far less exciting. I apologize.
It's not over yet.
I accept your challenge. Brought some plant. Oh, it looks like you got them all there already.
Yeah.
There we go.
It's here.
You can actually stand up here if you want.
Yeah, actually, I'll give you this.
Oh, fantastic.
This is your first one, so however you want to do it.
Thanks, Carl.
Sure.
So, should I just talk you through the plans here? So,
Why are you here?
why am I here? I believe I am on a non-conforming lot according to the zone that I'm in. So my property line, let's see if I can.
So this is what zone are you in?
That's a good question. Okay, so
Okay.
one,
What's the address?
one that's not conforming, 141 Snake Hill Road.
Is that
Probably an A2.
A2?
A2 is right? Yep.
So the
But now, okay, so now, okay.
is there a mouse? Is this no?
What's
no, it's not a
existing?
mouse.
Now this is,
So here I think I can use laser pointer, right?
Oh, you, no,
Maybe.
that's,
It
so
doesn't really work.
Okay.
do that.
I'll use the mouse.
Yeah.
Okay, so here is here's the road right here. This is the existing structure. It's a small ranch dwelling. It's about 800 square feet. It's 20 by 40 feet long. There's an existing single car garage right here.
Okay.
This is not a driveway. Kind of looks like it. This is just the proposed path for the construction vehicles that's
Okay.
drawn on here. It's been described as a land surveyor as a cart path. It's basically it's a small dirt road that leads around to an existing rear garage structure right here.
Okay.
And so the driveway is right here. It slopes up to the single car garage and then also pulls around here. This is all paved in here right now. The reason why my lot is non-conforming is the existing structure is too close to the front of the road right now. It's about 15 feet or so to the front of the road. And then also I believe the zoning calls for 100-foot front space, and I probably have about 90 feet or so.
Okay.
So let me run you through some of the plans, if that's all right, from the construction plans.
Actually, just one
Sure.
quick question. Who are your neighbors? Can you take us back?
Yep. So I've got a neighbor over on this side, and she has a small single ranch house, and then over here I've got another neighbor that has a house that's a split level, 2-story home.
Yep, okay.
And then in the back, behind here, are the Cannon Gate condominiums.
Okay.
And then the railroad is right here, the new construction for all of the,
Okay. The track improvements?
oh, no, all of the new homes that are
Okay.
being built for
Yep.
Pingree Hill are across the tracks and then up the hill.
Okay.
So that gives you a little bit of,
Yeah.
Reference.
reference as to what you're looking at.
But while we're here, can we, so you don't have an issue with the rear setback? Got plenty of room there. This is temporary stockpile area, that's just an area? Is that-
Yeah, so the reason why these plans are specifically drawn up was for the Wetlands Commission.
Foot, so you're all right. You're not making it any worse there.
Nope.
And it looks like you're okay. Where's your property line?
It's,
Right over here.
Is it way over here?
Yes. So
Yeah,
you've got
it's
plenty
somewhere
of,
over here.
okay, there's plenty of space. All right, now, let's take a look next at what you want to do.
sure.
And you're moving it further back, or you're
Now
adding
move,
it
yeah,
to
you'll
it?
see, you'll show the drawings.
Sorry, I think I went the wrong way.
Yeah.
And now I got it frozen.
Oh. Yeah, sometimes it takes a minute. Actually, you swipe. Two more. There we go.
Okay, so which way do
I
I go
know,
now?
right?
All right.
Okay, so I'll just run you through. This is the bottom would be the existing structure right now, minus the single car garage, which I said is already there. So if you're looking at that, there's also the single car garage right here. A couple things that I've tried to take into consideration with the plans is I have a very small ranch style dwelling right now,
Right.
and I don't want my new addition to dwarf the existing structure.
Okay.
So one thing that I've done is I've added dormers on the second floor,
Mm-hmm.
and my second floor is really only 6 feet tall from here to here, and then plus dormers.
Okay.
So I tried to keep the second part as short as possible, just because I didn't want it to make it look like I had a house and then another house right next to it, right? And the 25-foot buffer zone with the wetlands skirts the edge of the property right
Okay.
here. So I've pulled it back into accordance
Okay.
with them. Couple things that I'm trying to do is
So
this
you're
whole-
offset with the garage?
Yep, slightly offset with the garage. Like I said, the driveway comes up here. I want to try and take out as much of this and make it more green and just look nicer in the front of the property rather than being covered with driveway space. This is the side of the structure that faces
Okay.
my.
So that's the garage?
Yep, no,
Yep.
the garage.
Okay.
So this faces the my neighbor on the other side. She has a small ranch-style house. I've tried to minimize the number of windows that I have on that side, so I don't.
And you're friendly with the neighbors?
Yeah.
None of them are here, so I guess they
Well,
know what you're planning on? Because it would have been advertised.
not for. I don't have any.
Oh, that's right, we
announcement
haven't-
out
we
for this,
We're having one.
We're just in
So
discussion.
we're just discussing this, and we're gonna tell him if he should come back or not.
So then, this is from the other side with the 15-foot butter there. Obviously, I'm going to have to do something with this awkwardness in the window right here, but the plans are being finalized with
Okay.
the architect and engineer right
That's
now.
the back.
This is the back, and that's just about the extent of the
All right.
project. I'll be taking down a couple trees right here. The foundation is only going down 6 feet because I have pretty close to wetlands right there.
Okay.
I don't want water in my basement, and I don't want to dig down any deeper than the existing foundation goes.
So you're adding a second floor.
Yep.
And adding to the first floor.
Well, this whole,
Correct.
this whole
That's-
structure
Gray area,
that's
it's
entirely
probably
gonna
gonna
new.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's a two-story.
Yep, so the only part of the existing structure that will be taken down is this little tiny square right here, which is an entryway. There's a front door and there's a back door out onto an existing porch.
Yeah, now it's, so this, I mean, when I first saw this, I said, wow, that's a substantial improvement. It's much bigger. Now, after your explanation, it makes more sense. Now, you are non-conforming because of the frontage. In the grand scheme of non-conformances, frontage is not a big one for me.
But it brings it before this board.
That's right.
Even though it's,
That's what he's.
So I guess the question is,
even though it's pre.
So the deal that I spoke to Gabe about this, and he was explaining that just because I have an existing structure, even though I'm not adding to the front of the structure, because I'm adding to the structure, it counts as if the whole structure is changing.
Are you creating any more?
right,
non-
and he's not.
So you still have sufficient
Setbacks on all sides, you're okay.
Yeah.
you still,
Plenty of free space, it
you
looks like.
you're still a one-family house,
He's not moving any closer to
No.
the.
you're still,
Got two little girls in there and one more on the way right now,
All
so.
right.
Three little
more
girls
spaces.
with 800 square feet, I kind of need a little bit more house, but
Well, you would need a variance.
I'll bring my wife before the board if you guys don't care.
For approval. We'll settle for photos.
Yeah, fair enough.
I would encourage you to chat with your neighbors. That can ruin you in a variance application if they come in and say no.
Yeah, I have already.
Is it-
I've gone over and I've shared all the plans with them personally, so.
That's
Okay.
for frontage variant, or what?
This would be,
No, I
Yeah,
don't,
what
I
kind
don't, there's no variance.
I'm confused about
We
what
need-
we need to come before us for.
it is he is not allowed to increase the size of the building on the non-conforming lot. That's the bylaw. You can't increase the size of the building because of the non-conformity, unless he receives, I believe, a variance from us.
Variance
Well,
or
I think
finding,
you're
I
right.
think.
A finding,
Where's the book? Did you have the Bible? It's the first
Barb,
time I
yours is
forgot.
finding.
I know,
Did
it's
Gabe
the
say
first time I
finding?
forgot one.
I'm thinking finding.
I think I said finding. I was reading through some of the documents and trying
You
to
know,
find out what I needed to do.
It does kind of sound like a finding. And in the case of a finding, we can award that right now.
What, so explain to me.
The question is,
Yeah.
does it need a variance or a finding? Now, a finding would acknowledge that it is a non-conforming lot.
What he's going to do is not gonna make it less or
Right.
more non-conforming. It doesn't change the conformance of the lot.
Right, right.
This is an extension.
Let me look.
Would that, without adding one more thing, and by definition, he's extending
Yes.
his.
And
The
can we, and
structure.
yes, and he can, and again, we do need to look at the bylaw, he can extend by finding or variance.
Provided that
Yeah,
it does not become more non-conforming. I think that's what it is. I don't know.
Non-conforming
Look at the-
structures.
So this is apparently the case. It's not becoming more
Absolutely.
non-conforming. But
Non-conforming.
it is an
Extension, except as a.
So in
Alright.
full disclosure, one thing that I do have to do is I have to connect to the town sewer. I'm on
Okay.
a private septic right now, that's in the back, that'll be closed off and shut down according to
Maybe
the,
change,
okay,
Uses maybe
and
change,
there will
extend,
be
or alter.
provided as a right.
a connection to the sewer made. I'm gonna take up some of this concrete and there's a small retaining wall in the front of the property right here. So in order to minimize any of the damage to that, I'm actually gonna take out the stairs and
Be
run
substantially more
the,
detrimental to the neighborhood than its
Okay.
existing
run it through there.
structure.
It's a good thing.
Right.
Any closer
It
to
really
the
is.
front,
I mean,
side, or
right.
rear
Get
property.
off Leachfield.
Yep, does not involve a side.
Yeah, we're looking into.
Okay, so it looks like it could be permitted with finding.
with the finding.
Right.
Check
I
out
have
section
4.433.
4.3.
Let me get back.
Cool.
Save a lot.
Yeah, it would be great if we could do that, that'd be great.
The trouble comes when, you decide to make it even worse, more non-conforming.
Right.
That something
do
like
that.
this
Which-
came before.
No,
Yeah.
these are, I mean,
And so,
more or less my finalized plans.
Like if we were
unfortunately,
building closer
all
to
the
the
non-conforming
front
brings you
or-
before the board. Ordinarily, if that was you didn't have that non-conformance in the first place, you could do this as a matter of right.
Okay,
Yeah.
yep, with the finding, yep, with the
Did you
finding.
read
Yep,
that?
Yep, absolutely right,
Do
yep.
you want to read that?
And now you need a finding.
May I?
Yeah. I think that's the section.
Thank you.
Do you have it? Did you have it?
I know, that was 4.3.4B. A conforming use
Right.
on a pre-existing non-conforming lot or in a pre-existing non-conforming structure may be changed, extended, or altered as of right to a conforming use which meets all the dimensional and density provisions of the current zoning, which you almost have here. The building is going to meet, the building will meet all the, well, Gabe wouldn't have sent you here. With a finding of from the zoning board of appeals that such change, extension, or alteration will not be substantially more detrimental to the neighborhood than the existing conforming use. When said change, okay, blah, 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 requires the same less minimum area. Frontage, right, mentions frontage, yes. So I think B applies.
I think so too.
All right.
Yep.
Then that takes actually, that takes a simple vote, I believe.
But we're not doing that tonight.
We can do a finding. Finding does not need a public hearing.
It doesn't really.
No.
Yep.
We write them up sometimes with a finding and or variance, just in case we do the variance. But if it's just a straight finding, you don't.
And yeah, we actually checked with council on that recently, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't think you would see any of my neighbors here tonight anyway and complain.
Right.
Yeah, so we're down in the territory.
So I need a motion, essentially, the motion should read, the zoning board finds that the proposed extension, change, extension, alteration will not be substantially more, we'll take it right out of 4.3.4B.
Yeah.
Will not be substantially more detrimental to the neighborhood than the existing conforming use.
You really don't expect me to remember that.
I
was
know.
gonna say it
Somebody
too.
want to read it out?
No kidding.
So moved.
Seriously.
And we need a second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
No nays? Congratulations, that was nice.
Nice
Good
and
for
easy,
you.
Chris.
Right through, no fee either, right?
Right, no
Yeah.
fee. So
That's
we
awesome.
just write that up and there's no 20-day appeal on that.
Nope.
So we're gonna have to take a pay cut now.
We just need a few days to write it up and then
Sure.
we'll file it with the clerk and we'll give Gabe a copy and you're good to go.
Well, I was planning on waiting another month, so
Yeah.
even if I
And you made it through
have to-
conservation too, good for you.
If
That must have cost you something, like you had to, do you have to filing fee there?
Yeah.
no,
come
no,
cheap
but
like us.
this drawing up these plans wasn't cheap.
Oh, yeah.
So
I bet. Oh,
Yeah.
good,
it was
good
about
for you.
$1,800 that I didn't really want to spend.
Let's see, the preparation pays
Yeah, exactly.
most of the time.
Absolutely.
So we'll
Yeah,
see
it's good that I have the plans.
the, So it's money, was money well spent.
All right, great. Good luck, Chris.
You know,
Cool. Yeah, I'll be doing a lot of the finish work myself, so hopefully I can get somebody to build me a shell and build me a foundation, and I'll be on my way.
Great.
So should be a lot of fun, and definitely not in time for the new baby. But that's all right.
Thank you.
All right. Okay, so should I expect an email from you, Carly?
Yeah, I will email you when it's ready for
Okay.
file and we'll go from there.
All right.
I'll stick a hard copy in the mail anyway, but I'll let you know when it's ready.
Okay.
Alrighty.
Great.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks. Well, I like it Wednesdays. Now,
You need to recuse yourself.
I'm going to recuse myself,
Yeah.
and we're going to have
all right.
Ron, we'll go sit in the audience, pretend we'll heckle. We'll heckle.
My sister-in-law is.
Oh.
Yeah, I think it's just safe now, so that will be
And
basically,
And so long as you have enough to do the job, this makes
it's
it
up to
cleaner.
you whether we dispatch this tonight or call Mark O'Hagan back next time to discuss further.
Do we have to open anything?
Nope,
No.
just give it
You
over
read
to
it?
and discuss amongst yourself.
Yeah, this is, I don't.
Do you understand what they're doing?
Not really.
Talking
There-
about this.
So somebody
There-
wants to just move?
He's moving, he's not changing the amount of
Dwellings.
dwellings or
The mix.
the mix.
Right, right,
He's just switching
Location.
location of the,
Of the affordables.
affordables from here to there, and this one from here to there, because somebody wanted a different lot. It doesn't, the buildings are the same, but the designations are gonna be different.
Now,
That's what he colored up and said, okay, this is what I'm moving from here to there.
So it's gonna look, so there's gonna be, for example, perhaps, an affordable lot was designated for 88. but
And now it's gonna be
instead-
64.
And before 64 was
Somebody wanted 64.
regular, like not,
Market rate.
market rate, thank you.
Yeah,
And so,
we're requesting to shift the affordable location of 61 to 62, and we're
Yeah.
requesting to shift 88 to 64. So
Yeah.
they're just changing the location of the affordable lots. I don't see a problem with it.
likewise,
I make a motion that we accept the change as
non-substantial.
non-substantial.
I second.
All in favor?
I,
Aye.
Aye.
Bingo, bango, bongo.
Thanks, folks. I think that made our life solid.
I agree.
Do we have minutes?
Yes.
April 15th.
And did you get any, did anybody reply? Did you send them out?
Yep, Chris had a few edits and then I resent out with the edits.
All right, and I think I did look at them, and I'm fine with them. Anyone else have any comments on you wanna?
On the minutes? No.
No issues.
I would find the original. They're in my file somewhere.
All right,
I motion to
Motion.
approve the, to approve the minutes.
Second, I'll do something.
all in favor?
Aye.
Say aye. Aye.
Aye,
There are no nays.
Just
Krista will put her John Hancock. Now, let's see. So entertain a motion to adjourn.
No.
Somebody, hey, I want to stay here all night.
No, I have two questions.
Okay, sorry.
Number one,
Oh, I did forget something, you're absolutely right.
what'd you forget?
We need to ask again who's interested in the comprehensive plan committee. There was interest from you, and maybe even you.
Yeah, at this point, I'm probably gonna,
Okay, you're spent.
yeah, back off.
Nobody, I still haven't heard,
What maybe Carly will tell us what she knows about commitment.
So right now, we have to hire a consultant, and that money was just approved at town meeting, so that won't even be ready till July 1st to spend. But Robert envisions probably twice a month for the first couple months to get going, and then once a month after that. And we want to have this wrapped up by this time next year. So it's like a one-year committee, basically. But we don't have, it's going to be on the second Wednesday of the month or whatever. We're not that far yet. We need one more at-large member. We have 6 of 7, and then we're getting other members. There's a Board of Selectmen rep, a zoning board rep, planning board, conservation, parks, historical. So we're almost filled in there, but we haven't started yet, just because we gotta get the consultant on board, but we can't do that.
So you've got quite a few more at large, right? How many at large total?
7.
7.
So we have 6.
And can you name them?
I can, yeah. It's Harry Zane,
Yep.
Carolyn McCreary, and then we appointed 4 last night.
That's right.
Jane Morris.
Oh, great.
And Edward Kelly.
Ed Kelly, great.
Ed Kelly, Amy Bauer, she's new to town, I guess. She's
Okay.
looking to get involved. She's been
Super.
talking with David. And then Anita Soraka,
Okay, that's a good
who
bunch.
has planning experience in her professional life. So
I'm waiting to find out what happens on the personnel board,
Okay.
because I'm headed in that direction. I don't want to
Okay.
load up too heavy. If they cut the personnel board back to 1 meeting a month, I'll entertain it. I just can't do 2.
Okay.
What's the personnel?
What does personnel board do, Carly?
Well, they go over personnel policies for the town employees. We've seen a move to totally just abolish personnel boards across the Commonwealth. There was a survey just sent out, but we are doing this non-union compensation study right now for the non-union employees. It's a 5-member board. They've had quorum issues for well over a year.
You have 3 people on there, and they can't get anybody else to join in because they're meeting twice a month, and sometimes I can't do it. I
And
just can't do it.
Scott Hood will be finishing up his commitment, so they're only going to be down to 2 members
Yeah.
in July. June 30th, they'll be down to 2. So they're kind of just suspended. They're not even meeting twice a month right now because
There's no point.
there's no point.
Yeah, trust me when I tell you, when I say I commit, I mean, guys, come right from the airport,
Right.
Right, yeah.
I know. You
So-
don't even bring us a sombrero.
I got a suitcase full of tequila.
I was gonna say.
I don't drink tequila.
And Ron, what are your thoughts on that kind of commitment? It's an illustrious bunch there. That's a good bunch, actually, those at large. I don't know who's.
David and Robert and myself will be providing staff support.
Even better.
So.
Fun times.
I don't see why
Actually,
even
I was
them.
thinking about the personnel board. I used to be a union president, so.
Oh,
Oh, did you really?
The local.
Yeah.
The local president.
That would be beneficial.
It might be.
So you're still thinking about it? I think they were looking for somebody tonight. You said
Wow.
they were looking for somebody tonight. We could
Maybe you have a cross.
put it off. It would be
I
nice
mean,
to give them a name.
If it's-
Somebody's
But
got to make up their mind what personnel's going to do. And I keep asking Robert, and nobody's come up with a direct answer. I think I would do a better job there, to be quite candid. I mean,
You mean it
I was on the planning board in New Hampshire for 8 years, and that was part of our job, was the master plan, which is the same thing.
Yes.
And we built one And we just renewed it every year. We just updated it.
should be
Yeah.
That's the way it should be done. So,
Right, so you would be good on that board.
Yeah.
So would you, Ron.
Ron would be great. Ron has the background in as far as zoning issues. He asks all the right questions. That's why I want him on planning too. And what else?
Does an at-large person have to not be on a board?
that's what I
She
understood.
used the word at large. I think it's actually a community rep. I'm not sure if it's actually, is there significance to the term at large?
Yeah.
It's just it's someone from the
Yeah,
community
community,
that's not on
yeah.
a board. It's
That's
not at large, not
So you could be on a board but not be part of it as
Right.
representing a board?
Yes.
Right, because like say the, I'm just trying to think, like the housing authority doesn't have a member on the comprehensive plan, but you could be
Yes.
on it.
And we could have two here. We could have
Right.
one the at
Yeah.
large and one the zoning.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Do we want to pencil you in, Ron? What do you think? Just pencil it in?
And we still
No,
have
I'm not
a little
ready to
time.
We have a little time. Let's you know, I think the
You could DVR Jeopardy.
Wow.
Just only joking, because we said about that meeting, we were sitting there watching Jeopardy when you went, oh my god, I have a zoning meeting right now!
I forgot about that.
And you looked at the clock, you're like 15 minutes ago!
Yeah, it was some stupid.
How far can we push it off a month?
Yeah.
yes, that's fine. Let's think about it. I think the fallback right now. I'm not on it, and I'm okay with that. I think planning. I think Jennifer Gibbons wants to be the planning rep. So let's put it off next time. Think about it. All right.
At our next meeting.
Maybe some more details at the next meeting. I mean, that's,
Yeah.
I know we talked about it a little bit
Yeah.
tonight to it, to start it, but.
When's our next meeting? Do we have a date?
17th.
June
17th of June is our next meeting. All right.
I still have two questions.
Two questions.
I'm a little bit confused.
Okay.
People coming in here before us haven't been to the planning board. Why?
It's.
That's backwards.
No, it's not backwards. We've had this discussion offline, and the planning board, let's see, on certain occasions, the planning board issues a special permit, but that's rare, and I've never seen it here. And that's not, we've not seen a case like that. For this case in particular, the planning board will need to review site plan. That is an administrative function.
Mhm.
The planning board does not have a yes or no vote on this gas station at all. It is a coordination issue. Site plan review is to bring everybody to a room, look at the design, make sure it fits in with the neighborhood, look at the lighting, look at the traffic, and to ask the applicant to make certain changes because there's too much traffic.
But they really don't have any teeth, apparently.
There is no teeth. No, the planning board cannot.
See, that's different from every
weird.
community I've ever been in.
I know, it is weird.
People come in, whether they have a house, a gas station, whatever they do, they go to the planning board first. The planning board says, you need to do this, you need to do this, you need to do this.
Yes.
And if you can't do that, you gotta go to ZBA, Zoning Board of Appeals.
Okay, now I will, yes, you are right in that the planning board, now this town is a little weird, should have, the planning board staff should be the first stop.
Absolutely.
And should say, go to ZBA, then come back for site plan, line it up. That is the way it should be.
Why don't we do that?
Well, we don't have any staff.
On planning board?
Planning board does not have any staff currently.
Right.
I'm planning board staff.
You're it?
I'm it.
What do you mean? You're only.
I'm planning board staff.
Since
I write-
they zeroed out the budget.
They zeroed out the budget in a town meeting a year ago.
Yeah, I know, I was there.
And it was zeroed out again this year because of.
Didn't
all-
even come up.
Didn't come up.
Right, oh, you were there,
Yeah.
so.
Because it couldn't come up.
You you couldn't do that.
There was some reason.
There are ongoing legal issues
Yes.
Right.
with the former administrator.
And so it
Yes.
couldn't come
And
up
those
as
are-
long as those things were ongoing.
That's correct.
There's actually, it's with the Labor Relations Board,
Right.
and the Labor Relations Board, for some reason, meets once a year, and that's gonna happen in September. And it really, it has been on, this is how I may be exaggerating. I may be
January.
right.
January?
Oh, is it January now?
because the, the case officer, hearing officer with this case,
On vacation?
no,
For
she,
3 months?
she doesn't work here anymore, so all of her cases have moved back, so legally, we have been advised by council
Hot to touch it.
not to touch
Hot potato.
it. So it was not included in the omnibus budget. The zoning is separate because there are no union implications, so that's why I can do the zoning
Yes,
piece.
yes.
So, because you have no admin,
There is, we do have, we do have Carly.
no. What I was trying to get at, I'm trying to connect the dots with the planning board. Why we're doing what we're doing, and you alluded to me that it was because you didn't have a staff.
Well, I'm reading you as, you're asking me, they aren't necessarily coming to ZBA first, they're coming to Carly first, just to be clear. And Carly is,
They're
and
actually coming to Gabe.
Gabe, and the
Okay.
building department.
Okay.
So there is, we do have our receiving department, reading, just like at Walmart. There is, Gabe asked the questions, Gabe talked to this gentleman, and Gabe said,
And David Marhart.
and David Maher actually is our front man as well.
Okay.
So that is happening. People aren't coming in here staggering and wondering what they'll do. We do have a process in place.
Because I listened to half of this tonight, and these people should have been talking to the planning board
Well,
before
I didn't get
it ever hit
either.
the ground.
But
'Cause
they.
I'm looking at this gas station thinking, like, why are we doing this first?
But they can't, so how it is in this, I felt like you did at first, but then, when the planning board, as I understand it, looks at the entire plan,
Yes.
and they don't see any variances that have been granted,
Yes.
then they're not seeing the whole picture. So Gabe says, get your variances and stuff
Yes,
first,
yes.
so when you present
That
your
doesn't
final.
make, that doesn't make
any
sense.
So when you make your
But I
final
agree with you.
presentation to the
Right.
planning board, they'll see what you've gotten.
And it does make sense in that, we just denied the variance.
Okay.
Now, had they brought their plan to the planning board first with the diesel pump, and then they didn't get their variance, then they're gonna have to come back to the planning board and do the whole thing over again without the diesel pump.
But then
No,
the
they,
planning
no,
board
if they,
doesn't have any
if the
real.
planning board would have told them, you can't, this is non-conforming, you had to go to the ZBA for that particular variance. If we'd have gave it to them, they'd have been good to go. Yes.
That's what happened. Essentially, they've been talking, and they also, to a certain extent, that step's not needed because they have their professional staff that knows what the zoning is.
Right.
They didn't walk in blindly. They know that they can read it's all on the drawings. They can read the bylaw, and they know they're proposing something that's going to need a variance. They didn't need a interface really to do that. They have been interfacing with David Maher is a big supporter of them, and won't be happy, but that's life. But you're right. The process here is a little.
Askew.
It is a little, and I think it's gotten, it's working right now. I think, I haven't had any complaints. This gentleman here worked out quite well. I think he came in, in the past, he might have been told, you're gonna need a variance. Go through the public hearing process instead of coming before us, having a discussion, and so finding, and it works great for him. So I think it's not perfect. It's working out, hopefully.
Yeah, I think
This is the first time I hear January, but.
Yeah, but I think between Gabe, we can't feasibly do anything with the planning staff until July 1st of next year.
Because we need a budget.
Do you know what ends up feeling weird about it is that it feels like the planning board doesn't actually then get to do anything. Like they don't
No, they don't,
really.
we're
feels
doing
to
it backwards.
me-
We're telling these guys what they need to do and how to get
Right.
around it.
And
And once they
then-
do that, then they go to the planning board, and the planning board goes,
Stamp. Right,
There
that's
you
how
go.
I feel about it too, because I've been to a lot of planning.
I've not been to
meetings,
one, I
as you
shouldn't
know.
say that, I
And
haven't
that's
been
how
to
it
one.
feels. It's like, people in the audience, they're going, but wait a minute, what about this and what about this? And I don't like this and I'm gonna butter and blah, blah. And I just feel like the planning board of.
Well, the responsibility of the planning board
Funny,
is,
it's like they
is.
go, okay, well, looks good to us, so
Well,
now
now,
go.
site plan review
Now
does.
go to all these other boards. And I'm always like, but
It's-
doesn't the, I'm
The
like,
planning
wait a
board,
minute,
the
should
planning board is
board-
responsible for writing the bylaw. That is the planning
Yeah.
board's responsibility. and getting it through town meeting. That is the chief responsibility of the planning board. And the planning board is responsible for subdivision control. That's the big role of the planning board. The planning board does say yay or nay to subdivisions. National Street Extension.
Yeah.
That's the chief role of the planning board. That's where they're paralyzed. And now and that is a requirement. That's in Mass General Law.
Yeah.
We are required as part of the zoning act. We're required to provide subdivision control by our planning board. Now,
Well, that's not true.
Okay.
We are a small enough community, we
Yes.
don't have to have a
That's right.
planning.
You're
board.
absolutely right. Yep. You're right.
Right.
You're absolutely right.
You know, it was my Aunt Harriet was the one that, that advocated for the first planning
Really?
board in Ayer. She advocated for over 20
Really?
years.
My understanding is Ayer was
There
like
to
one
be
of the
a
very
planning
last
board.
communities in the
It
Commonwealth
was,
to get a
and
planning.
she fought for that
I'm not surprised.
forever because her big argument was that Ayer was a town where anybody who wanted to do anything
Wild Wild West.
came to Ayer and just did it. Because why, she kept saying, why is Ayer the only town that still doesn't have a planning board? And she kept, having brought up, kept getting shot down, bringing it up and kept getting shot down. And she was like her life mission to get a planning board in Ayer. So, you know, and it's still, you know, I mean, we all know that we still have a little bit of that reputation, which I think things are changing. But, you
Yes.
know, a little bit
Well,
of
and
that
it's
reputation,
not,
of, oh, you want to get anything put through, you know, but.
And
but
when you
that's-
say,
that's
but when
changing.
you say planning board, it's also, we were one of the last communities to get a zoning.
A zoning,
Yeah.
right.
To have
Including-
zoning.
Right,
Yeah.
and that's why there was that idea, you want to,
Hey.
you want to put, you know, a super industrial, you know, next to somebody's house? Go to Ayer.
So that's what, I was curious as to why we did that and how it evolved.
The planning board?
No, the presentations, the ones I've been
Yep.
privy to sit in on, why they followed suit the way they did, rather than go to the planning board first,
Yeah.
and then the planning board kicks it over to the ZBA. That's the way I've
Yeah.
always
And
seen it done.
I'll be the first to say that our planning board doesn't have the best, it recently doesn't have the greatest reputation. And
Well, I heard that was changed.
that has changed
Yeah.
under yours truly.
Yeah, I heard that.
And so things things are better, but boy, it's a lot of hard work. It would be nice to have some money. Although Mr. Fletcher left us some money, so we can't spend that on staff.
That's true, that's right,
Yeah.
that's right.
You
Yeah.
got some office supply money, didn't you?
We could get nameplates now. We have gone without nameplates for over a year.
Removable letters.
Actually, Jim Gibbons used some tape up there, I think.
I haven't been to a planning board meeting that you have been at.
Oh, yeah.
Present-
Oh, you haven't been to one recently, though.
Right.
They've been mellow, laughter, you know, we've had good times.
Like a function though, so say this gas station gets to the planning board someday. You can write in your plan, right? You have to have downward facing lights.
Yes.
Or,
Yeah.
you know,
Yes.
they can take into account that sort of thing.
Well, the
Yes,
planning
well,
board should have recognized that to begin with, and then if they didn't do it, they'd have kicked it back to us.
And that's why I think you're saying it seems a little rubber stamp, like,
Yeah.
what, you know what I mean, like, now everything's been done.
I just don't know how things work, so that's why I'm asking.
Well, that is, yeah, I mean, things work a little bit different here. And I think a part of it is a staffing issue, and it's, you know, historically the way we've done it. Will it change in the future? I think so. I think, you know, we have, it's maybe long-term future at this point, if we're talking next year. But yeah, things are getting better. It kind of works now. I mean, things have been actually going kind of smoothly.
Yeah, Gabe does the initial interface, and then if they
Yes.
need a zoning or what, and if it's a big, you know, like for instance, the grocery store. David took it, you know, what do you need for, we brought all the staff in,
Yes.
staff down, everyone all
That's a new
together,
thing
and
that we
this
just
is what
started.
you're gonna need to do, and go here, go there, go there. And,
That's going to the planning board, right?
Yes, that's technically under the purview. And the planning board is also, mind you, and again, this is where we're doing things a little bit differently. Technically, David Maher's, he's not a planner, but he is our planner. Or he puts on that hat, and he's been kind of running the show, and Robert, as far as the comprehensive plan. One of the roles of a planning board is planning board's supposed to do a master plan. They're supposed to.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yes.
That's.
That was what we did, so
Yes.
that was part of our job.
And in the future, maybe that'll be the case. It's getting done, it's just not, we don't have staff to do it, we don't have a plan. It'll still, the planning board will be involved, and we'll have a role, but we're not running the show. And that's, as far as I'm concerned, that's fine. All right, was that one question or two?
That's one.
Okay,
Second question, do we reorganize like everybody else?
absolutely, and we can do that anytime you want.
What does that mean?
That means I can relinquish the chair.
Well, I was thinking about that. You got a lot on your plate.
I sure do. I would love to relinquish the chair, if anyone else wants to volunteer to take it.
I'll try it for a year. If you guys want to.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's a good, I wasn't even
I'm
thinking.
not going back to Mexico.
Right.
Thank God.
Oh, really?
You done in
Yeah, I'm
Mexico?
done with Mexico.
All right.
They sent me a text on the flight back, said, "How you feel about Peru?" I just turned the phone off. You think I'm kidding? I'll show you the
No, I
text.
don't. Oh, my God.
Yeah, no.
So we need a motion to appoint a new chair.
Getting right to it.
Someone want to make a motion?
I'll motion to
Yeah.
appoint Sam as
Oh,
chair.
If you wanna-
Can we have a second?
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
There are no nays. We have a new chair. Excellent. This will be your chair.
Big shoes to follow.
This is non-hostile.
How do you feel about that?
I'm relieved.
I bet you
He's-
are. I know.
This guy's ass deep in the planning board.
Oh my gosh.
I'm glad you are relieved and not.
There's a lot going on right now. Good stuff, good stuff.
I agree, I mean, that always confused me too about the planning board, just because I've been involved in other.
Well, like I said, I was on the planning board in New Hampshire for 8 years.
Yeah.
And this is the way we did things. Matter of fact, we almost had fistfights with the ZBA because they would override us.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But
In
small
Hartford,
town
my dad's on a
politics.
bunch
Yes,
of-
absolutely.
Yeah,
And,
he says the same thing, he always goes, but why is it going to you before, he always goes, what'd the planning board say? I go, I don't know, nothing, it's gone there yet, he goes, what do you mean it hasn't gone, like, that doesn't make any sense, just because, towns are different.
Right, absolutely. Boy, the folks at home are going to get an earful in this meeting.
Yeah.
Oh my God, they're still being recorded.
Are we being recorded?
Yes, absolutely.
Oh, Jesus.
So at this point, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn. Is that all right? Oh, unless you're okay with the clerk, you're clerk. You want to stay that way? And anyone else?
If anyone
wanna-
wants, 7 minutes.
All right. All right.
Make a motion, we adjourn.
I can motion now.
Okay.
I make the motion that we adjourn.
Yeah.
We get a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.